It's funny that you
Nice.
brought up AI stuff today because I've been using ChatGPT to write JavaScript like every day for this
Mm,
project that we're working on.
interesting.
Actually, I'm
And
working with it right now because there's something not quite working the way I want it to, but we're getting close.
mm, and are you using the one that can browse the web and all of that, or
Yeah, I use both 3.5 and 4 browsing. It depends
mm,
on honestly, it's weird because sometimes I'll give 4 browsing a question and sometimes it actually doesn't work as well as the baseline 4 cuz it'll like be like, "Yeah, let me look up how to solve this." And then like it'll Google something and it'll have a bad result. Honestly, it won't work. Sometimes the
mm,
one without browsing works better because it's just
yeah,
going off of its like knowledge base and it's not trying to Google anything.
right. Yeah, in my experience, when using the version that can browse the web, I feel like because mostly what I use ChatGPT for is just content creation, so like social media stuff. Um, and for that, I feel like the version 4 with browsing enabled is really good. I feel
Mhm.
like it's much better at creating something that you would actually tweet or something that you would actually write on LinkedIn and so on. So now, ever since they enable
Do you
that,
tell it
I'm
do you tell it to Google a certain thing or do you just let it figure it out?
I just let it figure it out. So what I have like
Yeah.
a chat that I reuse all the time, um,
Mhm.
and at the beginning of that chat, I can probably pull it up too. At the very beginning of that chat, I described who I am, what I do, and what I talk about, so it has some context. And then every week I need to produce new content, I just tell it generate 15 tweets or 5 LinkedIn posts. And more or less now, I can basically just copy paste with very few edits. It's really, really, really good because
That's cool.
I guess it adapts to the style I want to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's cool.
yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because like I mean, yes, it's things I would say, and it aligns with what I want to say, but it's not actually me saying it. But people still resonate with what I publish, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I tried using it to write tweets and I just didn't like any of it, but I also tweet kind of chaotically. Well, you always
Mm,
follow like a certain tone and I'm kind of all
yeah,
over the place.
yeah,
Like today, I think I tweeted about like video games and graphic design and
yeah, right,
I don't know, who knows. It's all over the place, but I don't
yeah.
really care. I want social media to be more of a like place where I can just say whatever I want, but still use it for networking. I don't know. I want the best of both worlds. We'll see.
Mm, yeah, no, it makes sense. I have like 3 main topics: Webflow, obviously, freelancing, and like, I guess like personal development in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
personal development. Yeah, those are my main 3 topics. Cool, interesting. Let's do an intro.
Welcome. This is an OBS design show. What's up? I'm Joshua. This is my BFF Jonathan. We're both
Yeah,
designers. We're both developers. We're both
cool.
identifying as male. We're both cool people. We're both white. Welcome to the show.
Nice. Basically, we're both
This is a
privileged.
show that, yeah, 100%. This is a show where we talk about design, development, freelancing, our experiences doing all of those things, growing a business, etc. Today's topic is AI, whether or not it's going to steal our jobs and ruin our life. Pretty light topic.
Yeah,
Is our life
let's.
over? So, why did you bring
Yes,
up this topic today? Why did you want to talk about this today, Jonathan?
because I think people are way too scared for, I guess, good reason, but still unnecessarily scared. Um,
I mean, to be fair
uh,
though, I just told you that I was using ChatGPT to write JavaScript that I probably would have had to hire a developer to write for me 6 months
right.
ago. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
maybe there's some legitimacy to the fear, but I also think that there's always been changes in industries.
Exactly. I yeah, I mean, like just to like give context, I guess like the whole debate is, of course, like will AI steal our jobs or will it like complement our existing jobs,
Mhm.
be a
Mhm.
tool? And my like what I hear most people say is that everyone's gonna be out of jobs. There's AI is gonna steal everything, 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 or at least most of it. And we're all gonna have to have some like universal basic income or something like that. But I have a theory that I've been talking to people about, and my theory,
Okay, please tell.
yeah, my theory is that okay. So you can, if you take every single industry, every single job globally,
Yes.
you and divide them into three layers. Uh,
Okay.
I talk with my hands a lot, so bear with me.
I love it. I
You
wasn't making
have,
fun of you. I was just enjoying it.
thank you. um, so you have three layers. You have what I call the bottom scrape, like the bottom of the type of jobs. So these are jobs. I'm not casting shame on anyone, but these type of jobs are things like relatively simple things that AI can already do. So, for example, like data entry or data related type of jobs. So, like anything spreadsheet related, for example, or very simple JavaScript development, like you're using it to for, or more or less everything you see on Fiverr or Upwork. Those type of services. So that's one layer. Then we have the middle layer, uh, which is I guess kind of the layer that you and me both are on. That we create something, we provide something unique, new to the world. Like we provide a service that is unique to us in some way. In our case, it's websites, but it can be art, can be and I mean art can be paintings, can be all kinds of things, or it can be like physical services, an electrician coming to your home to fix whatever, like those, yeah, those type of service jobs. Then you have the top layer,
Like
which
trades.
is, yeah, trades. That's a good job, a good word. Then you have the top layer, which are executive roles. So like the CEOs, COOs, CMOs, and all the top level management kind of roles. So you have those three layers, and I think that the bottom and the top is going to be replaced by AI because, like I described, like the bottom AI can already do, so it's only going to get better at it from this point onward. And the top, that's
At the lowest
basic.
level it can.
Yeah, exactly. Um, then at the very top, that's more or less just decision making, which AI is really good at as long as it has enough data. So, but it can easily replace a CEO, for example. And then you have the middle that I think will not be replaced, but it's definitely gonna change. And we're gonna use AI in some way, and it's probably gonna do some part of our job. But I do not think it's gonna replace the middle part, and that's my theory. Thank you for listening to my TED talk. It was great being
At
here.
least for quite some time, right? I mean, I'm sure that there's a time when it like that will become at risk, but it's probably pretty far out, I would imagine, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, to replace an electrician. I'm using that example because my dad's an
No, no,
electrician.
yeah, not an
Uh,
electrician.
right. I mean, that would be. I'm sure it's possible, but very far into the future.
I'm talking
So
about
would.
you and me.
Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah. There's yeah. That's definitely
Maybe
closer.
eventually. Maybe. But I think that there will always be some sort of like my theory is that like even though I could get a painting painted by, Mid-Journey, I think that there will always be this intrinsic human desire to have like handcrafted, human crafted items. I do.
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna
I
be
mean, I could buy like a wooden carving that's machined flawlessly, perfectly, and it's like a wooden statue. But I feel
mm,
like if you go to an art show and you see some that are clearly machined, they're like $10. And if you see one
yeah,
that's like hand carved by an old guy with a beard, they're like $100, and that guy's getting more business.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There's something like magical about it.
exactly. And like, yeah, I was talking to this with my parents a few days ago actually, and like what my mom keeps saying is how like there's nothing that can replace the human touch.
Mm.
Like we're just different. We're flawed in a unique way, and I mean,
Built different.
it's true, you know. Yeah, we're built different.
Yeah.
uh, so I don't think because like in AI and machines, the point of them are for them to be perfect, and
Hmm.
sometimes you don't want perfect. And I guess it could imitate being flawed, of course.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, there's a reason why not every single human on Earth is shopping at IKEA, for example. I mean, it's a simple machine cut
Yeah.
furniture. It's
Yeah.
great to use. It's cheap, so on and so on. Can look great at times, but it's not human made.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that as AI, sort of expands and is capable of more and more, I think that the people who will do well will stay above AI, right? Like it's like you got to keep climbing the ladder to stay above the rising tide or something, because it's like I think the people that are handcrafting, I'm talking about in the web space,
Mm,
handcrafting like unique, highly thought out experiences, I don't think that they're in danger of being replaced immediately. Maybe ever, I don't know. But the people who are creating cookie cutter, the most obvious websites that require very little creativity or thought, those are the people that will be in danger in the next decade. Sorry about that
mm.
notification. Let me turn off notifications.
Yeah, that's fine.
But do you know what I mean? There's a huge
Yeah.
difference. It's like those people are creating something that anyone who can copy and paste components could create.
Mm.
But the people who are creating like very unique experiences, I think that they will stay above the AI in a way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think also the bar to entry is gonna be increased because now you can like
Interesting.
literally anyone can get into anything if you create a Fiverr account and you're good to go. And
Hmm.
I mean that's great. I think that's great, but I think that bar is gonna be raised by a lot because those roles AI can already do it. So why would you pay a freelancer?
In an
And
interesting way, actually, this debate is similar to the Fiverr debate that you brought up, because
mhm.
for like 15 years, designers have been like, oh, they're devaluing our work because they're doing logos for
Mm,
$5. But really, does anyone take those seriously? No one with money takes that seriously, because they don't want that. They want an amazing experience with high quality crafted deliverables. So like if Fiverr didn't take our jobs, is AI like is that a similar
right.
comparison? I never thought about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I think it's a quite similar. I guess the difference is that, like, even with Fiverr, the money is still going to a person, a human. So I guess that's the difference. While with AI,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
would either go to whatever corporation that owns the AI or just
Yeah.
free. Um,
Yeah.
so I guess that's the difference. But yeah, no, I think that yeah, for sure the bar to entry is gonna be increased, and you're gonna have to work harder to get into anything, at least tech related.
Mhm.
Um, and you can't. It's gonna be impossible to stay in the game and stay profitable and make a living from anything, unless you're constantly improving and like looking for ways to improve.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can't just get comfortable with copying sections from whatever tool.
Yeah.
Like
That,
yeah,
I mean, anyone could do that. I could teach anyone to do that in a day. So AI can
Right.
probably do that, right? Like, but it would take me a lot longer to teach you, even using AI. It would take me a lot longer to teach like a new to tech, to teach them how to develop a custom form with all these different inputs and drop downs, and have ChatGPT write JavaScript to collapse and show like and do like mathematical changes. Like, even though I'm using chat for that, it would still take me a while to teach a new person even how to do that with the AI, let alone
Mm.
without it. So there's still this like separation where even though you know how to use these tools, you still have to know what to ask for, or you have to have sort of the taste to know what to ask for, or the
Yeah,
understanding of function to know what to ask for.
exactly. Um, and yeah, exactly. And like up until the point that an AI can understand, because I mean the way you and me both create the site from a request based on a request from a client is
Mm-hmm.
that we take all the input that the client has told us. Like
Mm-hmm.
they may be really bad
And
at
things that they haven't told us.
exactly, I was gonna say, like really
Yeah.
they may be really bad at articulating what they want, but from experience we know that okay, this is probably what they're like kind of looking for but
Mm-hmm.
aren't saying. And I think it's going to take a long time for AI to like understand those things humans say without saying,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many things that goes into it. Like then there's bodily expression, facial expressions, there's tone, voice, yeah, voice tone, and it's
And
just a
even
lot.
after all of that, just based on the way that AI currently works, I don't know if it'll ever be, and this goes back to a video. You can watch our old video on this, but I don't know if AI will ever be truly creative. I turned off notifications. I don't know what is
It's okay.
happening. I swear to you, I put it on Do Not Disturb. What is going on? Um, but I don't know if it'll ever be truly creative, because at its core, it's just, oh my gosh. At its core,
Yeah.
it's just it's taking all this data that it has, and it's finding the median. It's finding like the average of it. And
Mm.
so at its core, will it ever be able to truly be creative? I don't know the answer to that. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a debate in itself, which we've
Yeah.
already had and could continue having. But
Like, can it be original? I don't know.
right, yeah, exactly. Can it be original? But then again, is anything original?
Yeah, that's pretty much, guys,
Yeah,
go watch our previous podcast, or yeah, podcast episode about that. It was like a month ago or something, but
yeah,
we tried to trick was it Dolly? Yeah, we tried to trick Dolly into making like something completely original, completely for itself, and it completely failed.
yeah. Completely failed.
We were like, paint something that expresses how you feel personally, Dolly, and it was like, it did not work. Yeah.
Who, me, Dolly? What?
Yeah, it,
Yeah,
it it failed completely, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are definitely days when I'm on Twitter and I'm kind of scared of AI, right? Cuz I don't know. It's not the people, like the people who are like, designers RIP, check out these logos that I generated, and it's like the worst shit you've ever seen in your life.
yeah,
That doesn't scare me. But I guess
no,
just the idea, it's the fear of the unknown. Like, I don't know what this whole thing is going to
yeah,
turn into in my lifetime. I'm still young. Like, I don't know what it's going to become.
yeah, yeah. And like, I mean, just using those as an example, the posts of from people showing logos made by AI. Those, I
Yeah.
think, I mean, I definitely think an AI can create a beautiful, perfect looking logo, but it goes back to the conversation or the point we brought up moments ago of is that logo based on what the client actually needs and wants?
Mhm.
Because
And
creating
is it
something
original in
beautiful,
any capacity?
yeah, that too. But I also like just thinking from a business client perspective, I don't think for a very long time it's going to be able to create a logo that aligns with what the client wants, because it's quite common too to if you work with like kind of Upwork or Fiverr freelancers to beginners,
Mhm.
that they show this like amazing looking works that they create, and it like truly looks great. But then you try to work with them, and you like what's lacking is the understanding of what me as a business needs and want. They can create something
Yeah.
beautiful, but they can't create something that aligns with what I need. And I think AI, at least right now, is kind of in the same spot. And I think it's going to take a long time for it to develop to a point where it can understand what we don't say. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
No,
so
I agree.
those yeah, so those logo situations I'm not scared about. But
Then what are you scared of any aspect of AI in this whole thing that's developing? Because you always sort of, to me, you feel like less afraid than me by a little bit, and I'm not super scared of it. But like, do you ever have any moment where you're like, oh, this could be kind of like freaky?
from a job perspective, no, because I think it's just like the course of evolution. Like new technology will come sooner or later, and it's just a matter of being able to adapt to it. Like my job
Yeah,
right now will probably look completely different in 5 or 10 years, most definitely.
yeah, it might.
But so I'm not worried about that aspect. But yes, AI as a whole, definitely there are a lot of scary aspects to it, like warfare or imitation or like impression, like what is it called? In impressionating, in pretending to be a
Impersonation, like
person. Yeah,
faking, yeah,
impersonation.
impersonating. By the way,
Um,
cue like a robot in the thumbnail, like a scary
yeah,
like robot, or like a Terminator robot.
I think we had it in the last episode. We talked about AI.
Did we?
Made an explosion on big robots.
Yeah,
But yeah, for sure.
yeah. I don't
I'm
know.
not scared, but I'm definitely like I'm aware of the risks
Yeah,
of it. But from a job
yeah.
perspective, no, I'm good. Like I'll make sure to
I
evolve
mean,
with
there's
the times.
probably no better time for like a 16-year-old to do something that AI can't do. Like, there's probably
Mm.
no better time right now to become like an electrician.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
legit, you're probably gonna be set. Like, you might, I don't know, because you become an electrician, you get really fucking good at it, and then over time, you do what I'm doing with my website business, which is you expand, you grow, you get bigger clients, you hire, you bring in more people. Like, you could build like $1 million business with that over 15 years, no problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
there's probably no better time to get into like things that you have to do with your hands that you
yeah.
cannot do with a keyboard.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
basically. And I mean, and even you see the robots, the human-like robots, like Elon Musk has been showing on the conferences and all. And I
yeah,
mean, they're far away from being reality, and
no,
then
not
even
even
further
close.
away from actually being adopted by people and used in
No,
everyday situations. So like
no,
anything that touches any work that requires another human to touch you, that's gonna take a
yeah,
long time to replace. So like
yeah,
electricians, massage therapists,
yeah,
psychologists, uh,
mechanic,
mechanic, yeah, all of
yeah.
those kind of professions are never gonna disappear. I think. Uh, Never say
Honestly,
never, but in a long time.
they might not, honestly. Like, they might never disappear because it's going to be a long time until anyone's comfortable with a humanoid robot doing their freaking laundry, let alone like
Mm,
wiring their house.
yeah,
I think it's going to be a very long time till they're capable, and even once they're capable, till people are comfortable with it. Because
yeah,
I can see people adapting quickly to being like, yeah, ChatGPT, it's fun, I talk to it, doesn't have a face. But as
mm,
soon as it's like, people are going to get creeped out, I think, as soon as it's like, is that a robot cop? Like, I don't think people
right.
are going to vibe with that. I don't know, man.
No, no, not
I could be
no.
wrong. It could transition way quicker, but
It could, but it's interesting looking
I don't know.
l- at large parts of Asia is like this type of chatbots and yeah, chatbots is very common for people to use
Hmm.
just as a friend or even a partner, like romantic partner or
Yeah.
just an everyday assistant. So it's quite common in large parts of the world, but again, like you said, like it's a big leap from chatting or maybe even talking to an AI to actually
Yeah.
touching and like being able to feel it and being comfortable with that. Is no, no, it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while. Like
I agree.
even
And
even
I genuinely think
yeah.
like it's gonna have to start small.
Mm,
Like, I guess I'm just saying, like, I don't think that anyone's gonna be like fine with like like a robot pulling me over and giving me a ticket. Like, that's gonna be super creepy to people. I think that if we do start seeing humanoid robots in our lifetime, it's gonna be like service industry, like someone delivering food to your table. Like maybe not
mm,
even taking your order, maybe just delivering the order. Like maybe I could see people being okay with that, but it's going to be a huge social societal shift to be okay with that on a large scale.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like even I was at a restaurant last week or something, um, and at that restaurant they had little robots. I don't know if you've seen them, but they had robots bringing the food to your table and like bringing it back and all.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's basically
I've
like
not seen this. I've not.
it's. I'll send you links, but it's basically like a little a trolley, a cart on wheels with a screen with a smile face, and the chefs just put the food on it and press whatever table it needs to go to, and it finds its way to the table.
Huh. Did it
Um,
work well?
it works super well, super well. They had no servants or no not servants. What is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Servers
servers.
or
Yeah,
waiters or whatever.
waiters.
Waiters.
Um,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
that's crazy. I've definitely never seen that. I did not know that that was a thing. That's not a
Oh,
thing here.
it's very common in Asia, but it's starting to make its way to Europe too. Parts of Europe, at least.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah, like my.
think
Mhm.
especially I bet you it's a thing in other cities in the United States, but where I live, I don't think people would go for it yet.
Mm,
They're like the area that I live in is generally considered to be like technologically like cautious, I guess.
mm,
Like they're late to like new tech in general,
right.
the area that I live in, which is there's pros and cons to it. Like I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to be like it's always bad. Like
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes it's fine. Like sometimes it's fine, but it really pisses me off when like I just got good internet at my house like a month and a half ago.
Mm.
Like why did it take that? It's 2023 people. Like
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Um,
but yeah.
yeah. So yeah, my point with that was just like we have this type of technologies kind of available in some shape or form, but replacing the touch of another human, like the warmth, the energy, like just there's so much that goes into the human touch that I don't know if we're
Yeah.
capable of replicating that, at least not now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know, but one thing that we can say, people, is become an electrician.
Oh yeah, you'll be safe.
Yeah,
so,
you should
so
be safe for a while.
yeah, so if the number of electricians skyrockets after we publish this episode, we had
Yep,
something to do with it.
that was all us, baby.
All us. Oh yeah.
All right, well, go check out our other videos on AI because we've been discussing this for a while, and we will keep discussing it because it's one of the weirdly fastest growing segments right now. Like the rate of expansion is wild. Like a year ago,
Mm.
this conversation would not even be relevant,
Yeah, yeah. And the version we see
which
right
is
now is
crazy.
the worst it's ever gonna be. Like it's only gonna improve from here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, maybe robots will be watching this video in like 2 weeks and they'll be
Maybe.
commenting. They'll be like,
Who
you know
knows?
what? I disagree. Yeah.
Yeah. We shut both our
um,
channels down, or everything down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, delete, bye. But hey, human watchers, if you guys have any thoughts on this, please comment. Please like and subscribe. Um, we're gonna come back next week with something. Actually, no, I'm out next week. Sorry, I'm out
What?
next week, but we'll be out the week after. I'm going on vacation, people. I haven't been on vacation in a minute.
Ay, ay,
It's been
ay.
a while,
Unacceptable. Who
so
are
I'm
you
taking the
thinking?
week off. I know it's crazy. I can't wait, but we'll always be back at it with design, with Webflow talk, freelancing. You get it.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back. Peace out. Thanks for today.
Peace out. Bye.